Hello everyone. This video is basically about one of the new, recently astonishing new movies titled I try to remember. I apologize, I'm trying to remember for a second. The Hate You Get, The Hate You Give. Now, my thoughts on the Hate You Give movie, I will say this. It was a very powerful movie. It was talking deeply about different types of like basically different types of like thoughts and opinions on what's going on today with just police brutality and also how there's an injustice with the police brutality in the system and a whole lot of like diplomacy in a sense when it comes to these cases about what happened in the situation. Now, my in my me personally, I would say that there are different when it comes to no offense, I'm just saying this honestly, but when it comes to policing, I would honestly say there are various of ways that you could you know that you could basically apprehend someone that you suspect as a criminal or someone you think they are up to no good or any type of activity whatsoever. Because there are such a thing as various types of trainings and basically practices and protocols on stuff. Not just personal ideologies, but personal protocols to, go over when it comes to this stuff, especially doing it the right way. Not the wrong way, but the right way of apprehending a convict. Now, aside from that, I would like to say there are two other things that I would like to talk about when it comes to the movie is, well, for one, if it wasn't for basically my better half and basically my significant other telling me how passionate she loves the book The Hate You Give, I would most likely wouldn't have been that passionate or that like that driven to go ahead and watch the movie and see how it is, especially with her uh, on our special movie night. Because again, honestly, it was originated from a book called The Hate You Give, and I never heard of it until she told me about it and how it is, and it basically interests me. And even besides my interest, I know my woman loved basically tells me that she loves the book. So I was like, okay, let's go see it as soon as possible, as soon as it drops. And even she said she basically agrees and everything. Now, going deeper into the movie, I would also like to say that it not only talks about how different people have different mindset, different opinions and mindsets on what had happened with the police brutality slash injustice killing or shooting in the situation, but it also kind of talks about like the various different layers of um our black community in different ways where it's like you have some black people who basically chose to stay in the ghetto or you know power in a sense ghetto slash poverty in a sense neighborhood because it was their home and they knew everyone there to also they old some old fashioned African American slash people, they have the ideology of basically giving back to their community. They had the ideology and belief of giving back to their community, which is very commendable. And then you have other, like, how should I say this? You have, I apologize. It's just a movie is just very powerful. The movie's not only very good, but it's just very powerful. And me remembering what had occurred in the movie and what it made me feel, it just basically gets me emotional as to what I can remember every part in the movie. Now, getting deeper into it, when it comes to like the other like layers in the black community, there are other black people where they have moved out from the ghetto and they as basically live better, have better means of living and stuff by moving out of the ghetto. And then you have other people where they live in or among the ghetto and they basically have different types of they do different types of questionable activities where the law is very interested or want to know what's going on in those type of activities. And I found that very interesting because by the end of the day, that's what kind that's what the black community is when it comes to real life by the end of the day in different ways, especially what's going on now when it comes to diplomacy and whatnot and what's going on diplomatically. Now, the other thing that I like to talk about besides diplomacy and whatnot when it comes to the black community, it would be to also, just police brutality. It would be just the fact of what content that I love the most about the movie or what I respectively commend and like. And it was a breath of fresh air. It was basically the parts, and I'm not trying to spoil too much, but it was the parts where you referenced there were references to Harry Potter, and even though like the main character's father even knew of Harry Potter and Hogwarts and how it was. He kind of tripped me out at first though, where he was like, "Oh, I forgot how he said it, but basically he messed up Dumbledore's name." But even besides him messing up Dumbledore's name, he still knew about basically Harry Potter and Hogwarts, which I commend the man of knowing in a sense because yeah, it's good. Harry Potter's good content even today when it comes to, everyday geeks, blurs, slash, black nerds. We all we all know about Harry Potter and in a sense we kind of mirror ourselves in it because well, by the end of the day, look, one way or the other, besides there being, injustice for the black community itself, let's be all honest here, there has also been injustice in the sense when it comes to us blurred slash black nerds, whether in the black community here and there, being judged or outside of the black community in various different ways from different people. We have been judged in different ways. So that's why it was a big fresh air as to seeing that. And in a sense, also how the main character can like still have those roots of having the passion of Harry Potter and Hogwarts and whatnot. And along with having, and I quote, the black card where you're still a big Jays fanatic and you collect a whole lot of Jordans and Nikes and whatnot. You still have that side with you, but you also have the side of being a proud black nerd or you have that as memento as a part of you in a sense. It's kind of similar as me, but I can be proud that in a way I'm more of a black nerd slash geek in more different sense because well because I make different videos. I make various of different videos based off of like different types of pop culture, whether it be anime or anything animated and interesting. Just various of things that's just literally immensely interesting and creative rather than, anything else. That or also possibly videos like these where I'll most likely do movie reviews off of stuff that I find very commendable, especially movies that are very commendable where you make nerd references to something. Now that's what will always give me passion and give me a fresh, basically a breath of fresh air too, in a sense. But that's basically my intake of the whole movie. If I had to say anything else about the movie, it would be just that in the end, it says a powerful message where it's like the main character asks, how many of us will it take to get it where, violent, where violence is not always the answer or we always going to had to die out of ignorance and brutality when it's not even necessarily needed. And it was in a sense it was a very powerful message. But that is my video as a whole. Please leave a like, comment down below, and please subscribe. Please subscribe, and if you enjoy my videos, especially this video. Thank you for watching.